So in this moment, I want you to imagine that you can see that visual perceptual test with the picture of the old lady. And that's that old lady with the great big nose, and she's got a babushka, and she sort of looks crotchety, and I think there's a wart on her nose too. And there's also a young lady in that same visual perspective who's got a side profile and a big hat with a big feather, and they're both there at the same time in the same picture. And I just want you to open to what it feels like to just welcome your life, your story, all the events and memories that you've gone through, the way you were raised, the relationship you had with your parents, all the pictures, the memories, the feelings of insecurity or anger, all the roles that you ended up playing and still do sometimes, all the doubts about your approval, your value, your worth, your lovability, all the resistances to all of that, and all the things I hang on to tightly and really believe and feel I have to do. Can you welcome all of these aspects of your so-called life? Can you welcome also that aspect that looks in the mirror every day and thinks there's a separate person sitting in front of your eyes that you call you, that somehow represents that whole life? And welcome any resistance to that, any wanting to change it, any wanting to get away from it, rub it out, modify it, embellish it, make it bigger and more grandiose, minimize it, slink away. Can you welcome anything you feel you have to do about this thing, this life, and this thing that sits before you in the mirror? Can you just welcome all that tension and all the many tendrils of actions that stem from it? That compose a reality and a view of the world and what it takes to deal with life every day. And can you just allow it to be exactly that, all of it, the struggle, or how much I want to hang on to it because I think it's me and I think it's good and I want to keep it going like that. Or I don't want to hang on to it and I want to change it and I'm sick just thinking about it. Just welcome it all, the reactions to it, all of the feelings and the thoughts about life as you personally seem to know it. The good and the bad, the judgment, the strong polarities of feelings, the weak polarities of feelings, all of the things. Just welcome. And as you do, can you welcome that picture of that old lady? Because that's what you're looking at. It's a certain way of seeing life that you call real, that seems serious, that seems like it's the only thing that is life. It's the only thing I see. I'm pretty sure that's it. That's how it feels. Can you welcome that? And just breathe. Allow yourself to take some deep breaths. And just be willing to take in what you hear in the room where you are and what you see in the room where you are. And any sensations that are there where you are at this moment, at the same time that you've drawn up this big picture of life as you know it. And can you notice how this big picture of life that seems so real is nothing more than transient thought, although maybe repetitive and quite convincing. Thought that comes and goes. Transient feelings, sometimes high, sometimes low. Clenchings, urges, heaviness, lightness, coming and going, just the same as the sounds around you in the room. Can you see that none of it is any more serious than the simple sensations that are happening in real time now? That the attention we might give to a ticking clock is minimal, and the attention we might give to an anxious feeling can also be minimal. It's not that serious. Can you allow that perspective of your life to become more objective and not that serious? Can you entertain it in that way? Can you let go? Can you let go of holding that so dearly? Can you simply breathe and stand back in the moment where you are? And just notice, to whatever extent the whole thing is truly just an illusion. That old lady disappears and something new is born. There's an opening. There's an opening to some new perspective. Perhaps metaphorically more youthful and vibrant and beautiful. More loving, more hopeful. Just more open. Just not the known. Can you open to the wisdom of not knowing, to the uncertainty, to the vibrant freedom of not clinging to anything? And if you feel fear and lack of trust, just welcome how that old lady perception that's very familiar wants to pull us back to managing the life we seem to know as real. That's okay. It goes like this. Back and forth. That's fine. Can you welcome that too? And could you just rest? Wherever you are.